Hello, YouTube. I'm going to attempt suicide. I see... skeleton! Damn. Alright. You know what I'm gonna do, YouTube? I'm gonna backtrack to this safe little mining island. And I'm going to sit out the day, which I will kindly not give you. And then I'm going to watch the skeletons burn and kill those two spiders. Because I need string. There's one over there. Yeah. No. We'll do this right. Oh, that must be my home over there. Alright, YouTube. I'll see you in the daytime. Daylight is upon us. So I'm going to sneak over to the first island, see if that spider's still there, as the sun is rising, in the hopes that I can... check it out. 3. Oh, there's been a lot of... I've noticed that there's been a lot of videos out there where people... I think this is because of X, where people have been talking about how normal mode spawns more monsters. This actually isn't correct. There was a guy that used Minecraft Xedit, or one of those editing programs, to go through and edit a map where there was nothing except for his spawn location where he was standing, and he actually looked at the numbers for number of mobs generated, and it turned out that he generated just as many monsters in hard as in normal. So I'm not really honestly sure what the difference is between normal and hard, but they spawn the same number of monsters. Okay. I don't know if skeletons can shoot while in the water. Well, we're gonna find out. I know that they don't burn up when they're in the water. I want that spider. Oh, chicken. Cow. Lag! That was lame. Alright, I have a bunch of uncooked bacon, ham. Alright, so, here we go. This is gonna be a total act of fail. Yeah, total act of fail. There's 2. The other spider just despawned, so... Alright. Well, let's get some wood. There had been a creeper. I didn't record the nighttime because I didn't... You know, I like this island. And not because I see I mean, that just looks like it deserves a tower built up on it. Well, it's not bad of an island. It's pretty near my mining island. You see what I do? I'm like, I want to start like 40 million projects. And I'm like, ooh, this is good. And then I'm like, over here, ooh, I want to do this. What I'd really like to do is have a good place to operate. And I think this island is big enough. What's going on? Alright, I'm gonna go to short for a little while just because it's running slow. I have a cat that thinks I'm talking to her. So, you may hear cat you may. And if you've seen my tuna caviar parfait video, it's the Risu, the white one. No, she's decided that she wants to have fun with the bed. Did I get a single bush out of that? Oh, there's one. Just gonna replant some trees. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit of exploration. Oh, it's this island again. Or is that the same? Oh. Well, the good news is I'm generating lots of bacon, so I'm not really worried about my health. I don't need to set up a farm. Could have used a few more. Yeah, I don't even know what this stuff does. I know that you can make a bunch of really cool things like pictures and things of that nature, but I've never actually looked at like recipes or formulas or anything like that, so I don't even know what the scope is. Alright, so I'm not going to get too settled on this island. I do like this island. In fact, I'll put a torch beacon to let me know that I want to develop on it. But what I really want to do is get back to that mining island and get a good mining base going, because, I'll set up the full works. I got my spawn pit, my spawn home, the sand castle. That's nice, but that is not my starting location. That is my starting location. That is not necessarily going to be where I want to do all the work. I want a place that I can do stuff if I die, which will happen. But I really want a safe... I want a mining station. I mean, it's quite simple. I might also set up a mob trap in here. I'm going to do an underground mob trap. On my main game, I tried generating a... I went to Six Flags yesterday. My housemate took me. She was meeting up with her brother, so we went to Six Flags. So I spent quite a bit of time one morning just building a mob pit based on the tutorial. I built it above ground, I managed to generate a lot of bacon and a lot of leather and a decent amount of gunpowder and feathers and arrows, but it was nowhere near what I've heard. I've heard that a well-designed mob pit can generate over like 600 gunpowder in 8 hours. So I'm gonna work on setting up a tunnel. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to say this a lot. Alright, so this is going to be my sanctuary. I'm going to dig up for a skylight, and I'll set up like an Everspring and a chest and a bunch of crafting stations, and I'll make some ladders, and then I'll show you a mine. I'll start generating a mine shaft so we can explore together. I'll come back at a later time and share that with you. Anyway, but yeah, we'll build a mob trap at some point so we can generate some gunpowder so we can do some drift mining. I've wanted to try it out. I haven't had much luck with it because I haven't been able to generate gunpowder. Alright, so that's it for now, YouTube. Talk to you later.